Hey everybody, let's get started on our haunted house silhouette drawings. So the things you're gonna need are a piece of paper, pencil, black Sharpie marker, crayon, color pencil, something that is black, and then you need something to color with that is the warm colors. So we got red, yellow, orange, pink, warm colors. Okay, so I'm gonna set those aside for a minute. You don't need Sharpie or anything right this moment. So we're gonna start on our piece of paper. So your paper will be portrait, tall, up and down. If you wanted to have it be landscape, that would be fine too. But I'm gonna do mine as portrait. So we're gonna start by drawing our horizon line. And it's kind of like a hill. And the horizon line is the line that separates the land from the sky. Next, we're gonna draw our tree kind of out from the side of the paper. It kind of goes all the way up because it would be a very tall tree with branches that have lots of little other branches sticking out. And I'm gonna go back and add more little branches sticking out in a second, but make this top branch long enough so that you can put your little owl family up here. You're gonna draw a U shape, diagonal, diagonal, and across. It kind of looks like a cat head, which is fine. We'll know it's an owl. Little one right here. Point. Oh yeah, that's the key. You make your ears a little bit skinnier and it looks more owly. Let me fix mine. And don't worry about it being perfect because, like I said, we're going to go back over with a Sharpie or a crayon. And we're also going to draw a bat in the sky. So kind of like you're gonna draw your owl, but with wings out. Like that. Okay, and like I said, don't worry about facial features or anything like that because we'll go back and color it totally black, continuing to add branches. Don't make your branches too wide, they'll look really weird that way. So, like I said, I'll go back and add more of that in a bit. We're gonna draw our house right here. And it's gonna be small because our house is in the distance. And when this happens, we are showing the space. So if you make your house really big, we would know that it would be closer. But it's gonna be kind of smaller, so we know it's out in the distance. So just start simply with 2 lines up. And then we're gonna do a curved roof. I'm gonna give it a little bump right there to make it look like the roof. And we're gonna give it some of these pointy spires, I guess you would call them, coming out. And this gives it a little bit of a spooky effect. Okay. And the thing that's gonna make your house look really cool is the window. And through the window, that's where you're going to have light shining through. So draw up to a point, come back down, kind of in the middle. Mine is not perfectly in the middle, and that's okay. are the window panes. Okay, so that's where we'll color on the inside and make it yellow. And then we're gonna add a pumpkin. Nothing complicated. Just like a little circle with a stem. And then we're gonna add a spooked cat. So curve, another curve, cat head, and a very poofy tail, because we know when cats are spooked, their tails are poofy. So there we go. And I think also I need to go back and add some more branch details. The more details you add, the cooler it'll look. So. All right, I think that is good. Well, just a little bit more. Every time I say that I'm done, I can find a little bit more room where I can add more details. Okay, that's good for now. Okay, so here's the next thing, and I need you to pay really good attention to this because this is important. It will help your drawing look a lot better if you pay attention to this part. So we are going to color in all of our details black because that's going to make it look like the silhouette and then the sun is setting behind your picture. So if you go ahead and color your details black with crayon first and then you start to color your sunset yellow behind it, you're gonna get little black specks of crayon in your sunset. That's not what you want. You're not gonna be pleased with the outcome of that. So if you are making your sunset with crayon, which I am, and you're making your silhouettes black with crayon, do the black crayon last. If you're doing Sharpie for your silhouette and then you're doing crayon for your sunset, then do the Sharpie first. You don't want to do the Sharpie after you've colored with crayon because you don't want to get wax in the top of your Sharpies. So just something to think about. If you're doing marker for the whole thing, like Crayola markers, I would also do the black last, okay? That's because, you know, it'll smear black crayon all over your drawing. That's not the effect you're gonna go for. So I'm gonna go ahead and Sharpie. I'm gonna put it on a time lapse so it goes by really fast. You can pause and finish yours. Okay, so I finished Sharpieing, and just a little disclaimer, if you only have like one Sharpie, this may not be the way you want to do this because that just took me a very long time and it just about took my Sharpies out. Like that was about all they could handle. So if you just have one Sharpie and it's almost about to die, I probably wouldn't Sharpie. I would probably try to do crayon. But after you do Sharpie, if you choose that method, make sure you have no pencil marks sticking out. Go ahead and get all of those erased. Okay, now it's time to do the sunset behind. And like I said, if you are coloring your silhouette with black, you want to do that very, very last with black crayon. But let's go ahead and do the sunset. So we want to make sure we put our crayons in the correct order. This could be done with markers or colored pencils as well. So we want to put our crayons in order from lightest to darkest. Is going to go from yellow to red. So start at the bottom and color with the yellow. And I'm coloring in an up and down direction so that I can blend my colors. And I want to make sure I stop at about the same point throughout the picture. And I don't want to leave a bunch of white spaces just like this. I want to go back and really fill it in. And it's a good idea to have a white piece of paper or just a scratch piece of paper underneath. So go to about there. I'll probably take it up a little bit higher so that the whole inside of the window is yellow. All the white spaces. Then switch to your next lightest color and blend down into the yellow. And I'm going to do this on a time lapse, but take your time, color up and down, and fill in from lightest to darkest. Okay, so now your haunted house is done. If you still need to fill in your silhouette with black crayon because you didn't have a Sharpie or a black marker, go ahead and do that last, and then you're done.